I want to introduce you to Chris and Tom, who, well, you describe yourself. I was going to say bricklayers, but I'm sure it's far more complicated than that.
So we're Chris and Tom, we're bricklayers.
Yeah.
And, we set up a YouTube channel about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So we saw you, Pete, on Sim Kids' channel, talking about your successes.
And YouTube as a business.
And YouTube as a business. And the one thing that stuck out to us, or me anyway, was when you said that anyone can do YouTube channels.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You just film yourself doing what you normally do. So we thought to ourselves, well, we'll do that. We'll film ourselves bricklaying. And to be honest with you, I didn't think anything would come of it. I remember you saying you need to give it at least a year.
Yeah.
To give it, and you was also talking about shorts and how you can utilize shorts, because it was very new to YouTube then, and it gave us an opportunity to get underneath the radar or get in front of the big boys.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I think I started a channel a few years ago now called Go Slow TV, which was just a bit of fun, really, and to show people that, you know, you can get people to watch pretty much anything on YouTube if you optimize it correctly. Yeah. And it wasn't really inconvenient, because I was just videoing, you know, trips on the tube, trips on the bus. I was going to go there anyway, so I might as well press record. And I think that's kind of the basic philosophy that I was saying, you know, on the live stream that you saw, is if you're going to do it, you might as well record it, because it's no extra effort. And, you know, despite what everybody says about not having the right equipment, can't do this, can't do that, if you've got a smartphone, and you were telling me earlier on, you're not even using an up-to-date one, are you?
No. This is the thing.
It's not worth it for us. So on the building site, everything just gets destroyed. So
yeah,
I don't want to buy the new phones or anything like that. I think it's an iPhone 7 we've been using.
Right.
It's done fine so far. We are looking to upgrade now as we're moving on to doing long videos, but
yeah,
if you check our videos, you'll see the quality.
Well, again, we're going to have a look shortly, and we'll have a look at the videos. But the key thing is, all of the excuses that people have got, like I can't shoot Hollywood quality stuff, I haven't got the right kit, no one will be interested in what I do. All of that's sort of blown away, really, because, you know, you could have been in the position where you used all of those excuses not to press record. You weren't put off by that. You went ahead and you pressed record. And just tell people about the stats. I mean, we'll actually share the screen in a minute, but how many subscribers do you reckon you've got now?
Just short of 500.
Yeah, 492, I think it was when we last looked.
Well, let's have a look at the...
We were hoping it'd make 500, but...
And that's since when? I mean, you've not been doing this for that long, have you?
Yeah, we started in May, I think it was mid-May.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. And yeah, it took us probably about a month to get to 100, didn't it? And then
say so, yeah.
Sort of the exponential growth has just sort of...
It's taken, yeah, it's really taken off.
Yeah, this last month, I think we've 300 plus subscribers or something.
Because it turns out people really like to watch really low quality.
But what they're really watching, and, you know, I guess we can go into this a bit more detail later on, is that they're not really watching bricklaying. What you're providing is relaxation. And what did you call it? It was
ASMR.
Yeah, which we looked up on Google, and I can't remember what it is now. Satisfaction. You use that word, satisfaction. So you're providing something which is satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a tip for people watching. If you can combine genres, so, you know, you could argue that this is something which people may think was going to be instructional, and then there are other channels which are relaxing. If you've basically made the two intercept and come up with almost a new genre. Now, people are going to copy this. As you say, there might be people that are doing welding or whatever else, but good luck to them, because they're not competing with you. You've effectively made a new marketplace.
Definitely, yeah.
Let's go.
And we don't give up.
Yeah, we won't give up.
Exactly. And that's key, isn't it? It's not giving up. You're putting out about one video a week at the moment, aren't you?
roughly, about that. It was, I think when we started, we were looking 2 to 3, was it something like that a week?
Yeah.
And then we had a consultation with yourself, and we got direction where we want to go in the future. So we're just keeping the shorts once a week for now, and then we'll add one long in a week as well.
Yeah,
that's the plan. Because
that really is what really helped us, is because we obviously listened to your live with Siam at the mid-May sort of time. That's when we started doing the shorts, and just followed your advice back then. And then when it started to pick up, we were like, wow, this is actually working.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Pete and get a paid consultation with yourself. And that's where you really gave us direction. We got really good. We know what we're doing now, and we know where we need to be headed. Because whereas before we didn't, we were just doing shorts and point and shoot. Now we do have direction, which is really good, because we know where we need to get to now.
Exactly. And the only way's up with this, and it's pretty much infinitely scalable, that's the amazing thing about YouTube, is that, we'll have a look in your analytics. I'm guessing probably most people that are watching this aren't in the UK, probably in the US or something like that.
Yeah.
Could be anywhere in the world, can't they? And that's another good thing about your particular niche, is that it's not language dependent. So, it could literally, people in China could be watching it, and it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look in your analytics, just to prove to everybody that you're getting the growth. So I'm always nervous when I share my screen. If there's anything on here that we actually, I'm doing research for clients. Well, you enjoyed researching the ASMR niche, didn't you?
Oh, well, yeah. that marketplace is flooded with.
It is. Yeah. Right. So here's your channel. And we can see there's the first video was uploaded. Oh, there we go. May the 13th, wasn't it? My screen's jumping around a bit. I hope you guys can see that okay. Don't know why it's jumping. And then we had a really big peak up here. This is your biggest video, I'm guessing, at 34,000 viewers, which is incredible. 34,000 views. It's tailed off a little bit recently, but you're still getting over 4,000 every 48 hours, so about 2,000 or so views a day, which is amazing.
Yeah,
very, very good. What do you think it was about the one that was successful, or the most successful one? I'll go in and we'll sort by views. What do you think it was about that was particularly resonating with the viewers? It's this one here, wasn't it?
Yeah, it got up 137,000 views, this one.
Well, and again, it's another reason that pushed us towards the satisfying market. But when I was looking at other channels that do bricklaying and things like that, and scrolling through the comments, it was the things where they had big beds of muck and they were just laying blocks, and it was fairly silent. Wow, this is so satisfying, or this was amazing to watch, something like that. So we thought, well, let's do that then. So that's why we did that video and put satisfying in the title.
Right.
And it just seems to do really well.
Yeah, and that's another good principle here, is find out what's working for other people and then make your take on it. It doesn't have to be better, it just has to be different, because everyone's got a different perspective as to what's better. So for people that are watching this, if you go and you see somebody who's got $1 million studio and all the kit, don't think that you can't do what they're doing in a different way. Because honestly, the longer that I'm in this game, the more I see people who are doing it raw and ready being successful over and above people that are trying to emulate very, very professional production levels. Because you can never get things perfect. And if it looks like you're concentrating more on the content rather than the presentation, people just identify with it more.
Yeah.
So it's quite possible if you did this in a studio and it was all absolutely perfect, it wouldn't have the same appeal.
Yeah.
No, probably not. No.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that.
And this is the thing as well. We've got no background in YouTube at all. We don't. Well, I barely knew how to search for something.
Yeah, you can't take a picture without it blurring.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not very tech savvy when it comes to things like this at all.
Right.
So when I've watched your videos and watched you do your lives and had consultations with you, I just follow exactly what you say, and
pretty much, yeah.
And it works. Yes.
I guess it proves you don't have to be a techie to do YouTube, really.
No, you don't. Because I'm really not.
Sometimes it can hold us back. Let's have a look at you. Well, this is your most popular video. First of all, we'll have a quick look in the details. So, satisfying more to bed, and you were saying that the word satisfying is something that comes out quite often in other people's videos that you've seen, and people seem to like it. Yeah. Okay, great. I would suggest sticking some of this title with the satisfying in the description as well. So if you can get the keyword in there as a sort of general rule, I tend to say just I won't press save, but I would just put something in like that, just where you've got the first line of the subject in the description. Thumbnail, we need to get a thumbnail in there. Now on shorts, you don't technically need a thumbnail because the thumbnail isn't shown when your video is shown on the shorts shelf. And as we'll see in your analytics in a minute, at the moment, the vast majority of your views are coming from the short shelf. And we would expect that because they are shorts videos. But over time, as your channel grows and becomes more mature, you'll want to get more of the views of the short videos from the standard YouTube viewer, which is either on the desktop or on the mobile phone. And that's important if you're going to go for monetization, because only the minutes that are accrued from the standard desktop or the standard mobile viewing platform will count towards your 4,000 hours of view time that you need to get monetized. So I guess what I'm saying in a roundabout, rather rambling way is thumbnails, please, gentlemen.
We will.
Thumbnails are really important because they will have a huge impact on your click-through rate, CTR, which in turn will have a big impact on how often your videos are suggested by YouTube's suggestion algorithms, assuming that the watch time is good on them. And really, if your channel is going to grow, you need the majority of the views to be coming from YouTube's suggestions. And that's because you've trained the algorithm to go out and find new and relevant audiences for you.
Yeah. So
generally when channels start, shorts are a little bit different because you get this boost because there's less competition around, although competition is now hotting up. You generally get most of the video views from the search component of the algorithms in the initial stages, but then as the channel grows, it goes over more to the suggested videos and browse features, which is another way of it suggesting your video to other people. Need to get some playlists in here, definitely. I haven't looked at your tags. We've talked about tags, I think, in the consultation. Yes. I was going to say, they're not that important, but you might as well have them, lads.
Yeah.
So you've been successful despite all of this, and I'm not putting you down. I know I'm teasing.
No, it's facts. We can deal with facts.
But might want to put some in. They're free. And that's looking good. Let's go to the analytics. I'm going to discard those changes. So you can go back in and change the titles and things as you wish. There is one thing I'll say about changing titles, though. When you change the title, the YouTube algorithm will go back and re-index. So it's quite possible that you may change a title and find that it doesn't so much enhance your performance as may knock the performance. So as a general rule, I normally say with titles, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you've got a bad title, you've got good views, you might want to just leave it there and think, well, it's there for some other reason that, best known to YouTube. Let's not touch it.
Yeah.
Thumbnails, you can change those and it won't re-index. So with larger channels, what I normally suggest is A/B testing thumbnails, which means you try one design for a bit and then you try another design for a bit and you see which one works better in terms of the analytics. Yeah. And TubeBuddy is my favorite tool for doing that automatically. It's the only tool on the market, to the best of my knowledge, that does that to statistical significance. Yeah. There's lots of A/B testing tools. Most of them have no concept of doing a valid A/B test, but TubeBuddy does.
Right. Brilliant.
Sounded like I'm lecturing. I'm knackered. Anyway, so there we go. It took you just under, it was 10 days or so for it to take off.
Yeah.
And if we look at your traffic sources in here, there we go, shorts feed. So the majority of this traffic has come from the shorts feed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what we would want to see as the channel grows is that these other things like browse features and suggested videos start to take off as well. I'll just see whether I've got one handy on one of my channels just to show you what I mean, what we'd expect as the channel grows.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. It's always risky to do live stuff because I don't know if I can find it in time, but let's have a look. Let's have a look. Get your ex back. This is a stupid love channel that I did. What? Honestly, am I qualified to give love advice?
I quite like your love advice.
Don't listen to this. I'm divorced. Right, hang on. Content. Let's find the biggest one and just see where it's all coming from. So views, 6,000.
Now that's what we need for a thumbnail, is a woman on the front holding a trowel.
Chicks get clicks, but don't overdo it, because if you make it too salacious, you'll get the reach of the video will be turned down.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's not a great example actually, because on that one, the majority of the one has come through short. So I can see I've got some other traffic sources, but let's have a look at the one that's not quite as popular. Let's have the second one down. So analytics are your friend here. You really need to live in analytics a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's better. So
Wow.
This one here, over time, the majority of the traffic has actually come from browse features, which is people seeing it on their home screen. So you want to get a mix of traffic sources, and that will happen over time as you just keep pumping out content.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's good. Let's go back. Have a look at your retention rate. This is great. So 86% of the video is watched. I can see that there's a bit of a slope at the very beginning of the video. That's normal.
Yeah.
But every time you upload a video, go back a couple of weeks later and just see if you're losing a lot of people in the beginning. And normally, I don't think you're doing this, but normally this is where people have got like logos spinning or some sort of branding or intro. Usually don't need it. You need to get straight to the meat. But you can see you're losing quite a lot of people in the first few seconds, 3 seconds. So let's just play it and see what happens in the first 3 seconds. Yeah, there's nothing really obvious there, is there?
No. Perhaps it's where YouTube's trying a new audience, but they're people that aren't interested, maybe.
Could well be. Or it could be that people have just clicked on it and decided I'm not really into bricklaying after all. I don't know. But there's nothing.
Perhaps they've watched all over 29 videos and then it's just all the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's laying another brick.
Yeah, so I mean that's not a bad curve though. I mean, often I see it like people have lost like 90 or 80% of the people before their logos stop spinning. Get rid of the logo. But no, you're doing well on that. Let's have a look.
I wouldn't even know how to put a spinning logo in there, I don't think.
Good. Sometimes not being technically proficient actually helps you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think all our YouTube art we did on paint, didn't we? Like,
yeah, we did.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, let's go back to that. The branding, by the way, you're probably.
Yeah, we'll have to change that.
Yeah, we'll sharpen things up definitely as we're taking it more seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning it was just,
let's just do what Pete said and see what happens, and it actually worked.
But this is a good point as well about changing, because on many of my channels, I've started off in one direction. I've seen what people like, and then I've altered the channel emphasis to reflect what people like.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, when you started this off, I think you said it was going to be kind of a how-to bricklaying type channel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit more instructional.
Yeah, a bit more instructional. Yeah.
Yeah. But now, what's cottoned on, or people are starting to like the satisfying stuff. That's brilliant. Nothing's set in stone, unlike the stuff that you build. We can easily change it. Just click, change the whole channel, rebrand it if you want. You can even change the channel name, although you probably don't need to at this stage. it's almost like you can't fail at this stuff, because you either get data or you get views, and you can use the data to get more views, but you have to press record. And that's where you guys have just been absolutely stellar, in that you've not overanalyzed it, you've just got on with it.
Yeah, and it, what the main thing I like about this is there was no costs up front or anything like that. We just, like you said, we just went to work, pressed record, and uploaded a video to YouTube, created a channel, done. It cost us nothing.
Yeah.
And it cost us nothing to find out if there's an interest. And there was an interest. So now we know that there is an interest. We can now start to grow it properly, start putting a bit more money into it to allow it to grow better.
Yeah, because you're going to now start to extend this brand, such as it is when you've rebranded it and made it look more down the relaxation or the satisfying level. You're going to start extending that by putting longer content on there, aren't you?
Yeah, with maybe some music, because you've given us some music to use. So we'll try that. And it's like you said, it's just put it out there, revise the data, and have a look at it, and just do what the audience want.
Exactly. Yeah. Was it find out what they want, sell it to them, rinse, repeat, buy a big house. That's it. In any business, and YouTube is a perfect example of this. And it's so easy to change things, for no money. With the music, what I would suggest is try making a video with music and without music. You could even do exactly the same video, same metadata, same everything, upload it and see which one does best.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
At the same time. Obviously try that a few times. Don't just be swayed by the one test case. But if you did half a dozen of them, pretty soon you'd get a feeling as to whether people like the music or not.
Yeah.
And there's no, and again, as a general point, it's not whether you like it or I like it or any other expert says it's good or bad. The numbers will tell you what the punters want, and that's what you got to play to, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, John, I've definitely learned that through doing this anyway, because quite often, I film the video, watch it back, and I'm saying to Chris, "No, this is just terrible. Why would we even just not do it?" And Chris goes, "No, just put it out there. Why not? Why wouldn't you?" So
I know
they go after a lot of arguing. They go up there, and it's some of them doing well, and
some of them are terrible.
Well, I mean, between you and me, I don't know how many videos I've done in my 55 years on the planet, but I've never done one that I'm happy with, because I always know in my heart I could do better. Not all of the videos are on YouTube, thankfully, but it's perfectionist kills everything, because you can't get this right. There's no definition of right, really.
Paralysis, isn't it? Really?
We'd even found in some of the videos where there's been something slightly off or something not correct, it just brings more engagement, because people want to show us wrong. They want to put their opinion across, which has obviously just given us more views. And
exactly, yeah.
So you can't lose. Like you say, you either get the data or you get the views.
No, I'm going to have to learn Spanish as well, because I need to reply to some of the Spanish people, because I have no idea what they're saying. They might be saying, "No, that's really nice," or they might be saying, "That is terrible brickwork."
Do you actually have any speaking on any of your videos or not?
No.
I was going to say there is a lot of interest at the moment in other languages. I mean, people assume that it's just English, but if you have a channel, I guess this is for the benefit of people watching, if you have a channel where you're speaking, having it translated and subtitled or even overdubbed into other languages is a really big opportunity to maximize the content. I think it's Portuguese. Is it Portuguese? I used to own a translation company. I don't know. Is it Portuguese, Spanish, or is Portuguese a separate language? Brazilian, whatever they.
You've got Spanish and Portuguese. They're separate.
Yeah. But Brazilian Portuguese, and I think it is really hot at the moment. But you shouldn't mix different languages on the same channel. So if you were going to do, a meditation channel in another language, it's much better to set up a separate channel for that. And you can have as many channels as you want under the same Google account easily. But I don't think multilingual stuff is going to be that applicable to bricklaying and the AMSR stuff?
No.
Well, so far, when we first started it, it was with the idea of keeping our faces off of the channel and voice, as far as we could be away from it anyway. Just
that's why we got a generic name.
Everything's generic, everything's this and that, just because it was why not try it in the view to, however many years down the line sell it. So exactly,
good point. If your face isn't on it, then you can sell the channel, can't you? And going back to the language bit as well, the fact that there is no speaking on it means that we can see here Brazil, India, Mexico, doesn't matter. People can watch it from anywhere. Yeah. And it's good that you've got 9.4% from the USA though, because unfortunately places like India, that the money that you get from AdSense when this is monetized will be quite low from India. It'd be much higher from these countries up here. Japan as well, for some reason, is quite hot at the moment.
Right.
Don't know if
there's a US flag then in one of our next videos.
Yeah, do it. Why not? If people hate it, don't do it again. It's that simple, isn't it? Really. Yeah. Playlists. You need to get some playlists up there. I said I'd give you a few tips. So if you go back, you've got no tags or playlists yet.
Yeah.
And you want to concentrate on you want to concentrate on your about section. I always say when I take on new clients that this is where we start, because if you can't articulate to others why they should be watching your videos, then it's difficult to get a clear idea yourself, and also harder when the channel is monetized for advertisers to know what your demographic is. So in your analytics, and again, it's probably a little bit too early to do this sort of thing because you haven't got that much data yet, but it'll tell you what a surprise, 93.4%. So, upwards of 90% of them are male. I've got a few lady fans though. One for the Builder's Bottom channel that you're going to do. And you've got, this is good actually, your demographic is older rather than younger, and that's good from an advertiser's point of view, because they want to get to people who have got a few grey hairs and got a few quid in the bank, so that you're likely to get higher CPMs, which is the amount that advertisers pay, if your demographic is in the top end rather than the bottom end of this.
Right, brilliant.
So this bodes well. I can't remember whether we've spoken about it yet on this one, but with the monetization, you can't monetize shorts directly from the short shelf. You should be able to monetize them when they're played on the desktop and on the regular part of the mobile app. But if you're going to go for longer content, as I think you are, you want to be aiming for a minimum of 8 minutes. I'd say between 8 and 10 minutes is normally the sweet spot for the shortest videos. And the reason for that is that once you get over 8 minutes, you can put mid-roll adverts in there, which significantly increases the revenue opportunity. So don't stop at 7.5 minutes. If you've got that far, go the extra minute or so and make it 8.5 minutes. Increase your revenues. Well, that's been a bit of a one more thing, and then we'll need to start to close it down, I think. But this line here, the purple line and the blue line, this purple line is the most important line, the most important analytic on the whole of the platform. Forget subscribers. You'll get subscribers if you make good content. What this is saying is this is the number of people who are coming back regularly to watch your videos, irrespective of whether or not they are subscribed. So it's a big myth, and it annoys me that YouTube go on about subscribers so much, because they even offer these gold plaques or whatever it is for when you get 100,000 millions or whatever. But you'll find, and we can even maybe go and have a look, that the majority of people that watch your videos are not subscribed to you. And in fact, that's what you want, because you want new people coming in and finding you who aren't already subscribing. And what this purple line is the number of people that are coming back regularly, so that you can think of them as engaged and interested viewers who are following you, even if they're not subscribed. Because what you want to start to do is produce content that makes people come back over and over again. So concentrate on growing this purple line. And the blue line, the turquoise line, is YouTube's algorithm going out and trying to find more people like the purple line with a demographic, or, you know, with a profile like the people who are already regularly watching you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look at nothing else regularly, look at that purple line.
Okay.
And if that's going up, you're in the money eventually.
Brilliant.
Yeah, hoping
That's
by the
the
end of the year, isn't it? Short-term goal, try and get monetized.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we spoke about that before we went live. I can see no reason at all why you can't be monetized easily by the end of the year.
Yeah. We just got to keep doing.
Yeah, just keep doing.
Keep doing it. Put some longer videos out, because that will increase your. So we'll go into monetization here. We can see down here, 492 out of the 1,000 subscribers. My screen, I think Zoom seems to be messing my screen up, but only 116 public watch hours out of the 4,000 that you need. And that's because the majority of your videos are being played on the short shelf. Once you get them off the short shelf onto the regular play areas, and once you start producing longer videos, then that will easily go up.
Yeah.
And I think before, I'll show you again now. By contrast, if I show you one of my other stupid channels, this relaxation channel, where sometimes I've got content which is, I don't know, 12 hours. And I've also got, this one here is just 12 hours of numbers being read out. But if we go into the monetization, you'll see, even though I've only got 87 subscribers, there's the best part of 1,300.
Manage through that one.
Yeah, because they're long videos. I don't know. Could we do meditation videos over bricklaying? Don't know.
Give it a go. You've got one about a dog, haven't you? Meditation for dogs.
Yeah, I started off meditation for dogs. I don't think it worked very well. Let's have a look.
It's only because you're ahead of your time. That will come round in a few years, I know.
Yeah, damn. When there's somebody getting rich at doing meditation for dogs, I think, yeah, look on that. But this is a good example, really, of just trying loads of different stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, let's search by. Goes yoga music, sleep music. Yeah, where was my dogs? Study music, positive affirmations. Oh, I hate that nonsense, but money comes from it. So look, managed. I can't remember. How do I search for it? Honestly, my screen just keeps jumping all over the place. But let's do a search for dogs. Maybe it's in here.
I can't remember where I saw it now.
I know it's some stupid. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sleep music. Sleep music for humans and dogs. 10 views. Oh well.
One of them was me, by the way. So
yeah, all right, 9 views then. Yeah. But again, we noticed on yours that there's 1 or 2 videos where you get loads and loads of views compared to the rest of them, and this is common across all channels. If I go in and look at the content in here, I would imagine, I haven't done it, but I'd imagine that there's going to be 1 or 2 videos that I've got quite a lot of views compared to the rest of them. Yeah, so look, we've got 2,000 odd views, 1,000, not massive numbers, but compared to the rest of them, it streaks ahead. But you know, as we've said, you need to produce all of you need to produce the many videos to get the few shooting stars. Again, I'll show one more, and then we'll show you on the Nursery Rhyme channel, which is the big one. If I sort by views, let's have a look. Yeah, so the biggest video is 66 million. The next one down is what, 9 million. So yeah, this one video is probably about half the views on the channel. As I've said in other videos, I nearly didn't bother making this one, and when I made it, I thought it was rubbish, and I nearly didn't bother uploading it. So it brings out what you were saying earlier on. Sometimes, you know, you just can't tell, can you?
Yeah.
No, it's what the audience.
And that's it. Ultimately, it doesn't matter what we like, does it?
Nope. We are the least important people. It's just down to us to serve the most important people, which is the viewers.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's getting towards beer o'clock, but before we close out, have you got anything that you'd like to say to people who are possibly thinking of starting a YouTube channel?
I'd say definitely just do it. Just get
going.
your phone out and do it, because it doesn't even matter if you don't have the latest phone. Just do it.
Yeah, just start, give it a go, see what happens.
And then if you start to get a bit of traction, go find Pete.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And he really will steer you in the right direction.
Yeah, just have a go. It's almost it's a crime that there's so much talent out there that isn't on YouTube yet.
Yeah. And it really is. Some people, like, you might film something and think, no, I won't put that up there. Just do it. Just do it. Just put it up and see what happens.
Yeah, just have a go.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, gentlemen, with that, I'd like to say thank you very much for your time. Keep going, keep in touch, and I wish you every success. And I look forward to the Builder's Bottom channel presently.
Yeah, that'll be coming soon.
All right. All the best. Cheers. Bye for now, guys. Bye.